We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Welcome students to my video lecture. Today we'll discuss spherical coordinate system. Here see, in spherical coordinate system there are 3 coordinates r, theta and phi. The 3 coordinate lines have generated, how they are generated? They are generated from intersection of 3 mutually perpendicular surfaces. So now we'll see what are the 3 mutual perpendicular surfaces. One surface is r is equal to constant surface, which is a sphere. Then what is r? R is the distance from the origin to any point. As you see, you can draw a here you can draw a sphere like this. So this is the radius of the sphere. The spherical surface is a curved surface. The second coordinate is an angle theta, which is between the z axis and the r vector. Here you can see this is the r vector and this is the z axis, this is the angle theta. Surface theta is equal to constant is a cone. This is, you can see, it is a inverted cone. The vertex is at the origin. So this is the second surface, which is again a curved surface. Third coordinate is phi. It is also the angle, and the as you have seen, phi coordinate is also in the cylindrical coordinate system. So phi is the angle between the x axis, this is the x axis, and the r vector. When the r vector is projected to the xy plane, this is the angle phi. So in spherical coordinate system, we saw 3 surfaces perpendicular to each other. One is r is equal to constant, a sphere, this is a curved surface. Theta is equal to constant, an inverted cone, that is also a curved surface. Phi is equal to constant, it is a plane passing through theta is equal to 0 line, that is your z axis. So the 3 unit vectors here are ar, a theta, a phi in spherical coordinate system. We know unit vectors are the vectors having unit magnitude in the directions r, theta and phi respectively. Now we'll see differential volume. Here we can generate a differential volume element by increasing r, theta and phi by a small magnitude, that is dr, d theta and d phi. Here r is now in this figure you can see this is your xyz axis, and I have drawn all the 3 unit vectors. We know that this is your r vector and theta vector. Theta is the angle between z and r vector, so this is the theta vector. Here it is the theta vector. So the arrow head or arrow direction shows the increasing value of r in this direction, theta in this direction and phi in this direction. So to get the angle, here I have shown you ar, this is your ar vector after r has been projected to the xy plane. This is your a theta direction and this is your a phi. Though here it does not seems like that they are making 90 degree with each other, but actually if you see in a practical case by considering a sphere, cone, then there is a plane, you can find ar, a theta, a phi, they are making 90 degree with each other or perpendicular to each other. Here in this figure, coming to this figure, I have taken the small increment along r, that is this is your dr, then this is your d phi and this is your d theta. So by this by increasing r, theta and phi by a small amount in all these three directions, we can generate a volume. So we can write down the equation for this volume as well as the 6 surfaces. The equation for the 6 surfaces we can also find. As we saw, we want to first to find out the relationship between all your r into x or y. First we have to project r vector into the xy plane. We can see this is your r vector. So what is the angle between r vector and xy plane? This is your xy plane. So the angle between r vector and xy plane is 90 minus theta, because the angle between z and r is theta. So xy plane is here. So this angle will be 90 minus theta. So component of r in xy plane, when you are projecting it here on the xy plane, this will be how much? It will be r into cos 90 minus theta, that is r sin theta. Considering unit r vector, that is ar, where the magnitude of ar will be 1. So d phi is an angle. Now coming to the length of these all these angles, because r is increased by dr, but when you are increasing theta by d theta and phi by d phi, theta and phi are in angle units. So we cannot multiply to find out the volume or area. We cannot multiply length units into angle units. So we have to convert the angle units into length unit. So to convert d phi, which is an angle, to length, it becomes, so this is your d phi, it will become r sin theta d phi, because first r is projected to xy plane, it becomes r sin theta. Then taking small angle here, this will be your d phi. So d phi, the length will be length of this r sin theta into d phi. Now converting d theta, which is also an angle unit, into length becomes r d theta, as explained in this figure. You can see your x, y and z axis. This is your r vector, which is the radius of the sphere. This is the angle theta, making or theta angle between r vector and z. If you increase theta by a small angle d theta, this is the small increment d theta. So what will be the length of this? This will be r into d theta. That is, you can say the chord of a circle. If you see, if this is a circle, we can find out the length of this chord is radius into angle. So in that way, this length will be r into d theta. Now the volume which already we have generated, it has got 6 sides. Writing the mathematical equation for the surface areas, if we can refer to the figure 5, the front surface area will be, it will be r dr d theta. The right side surface, which is visible, that will be r square sin theta d theta into d phi. The top surface, it will be r sin theta dr d phi, and volume equation, it will be r square sin theta into dr into d theta into d phi. How these equations are coming? If you see, in case of your Cartesian system, the volume was only dx into dy dz, because the dx dy dz all are in length units. But as here you see, d theta and d phi is in angle units. So when you multiplying the angle units with the length unit dr, we cannot simply take dr d theta d phi for the volume expression. It has to be taken d phi will be r sin theta d phi, and theta is, as here you see, r d theta, here it is r d theta. So in whole, when you are finding out the volume equation, it will be r square sin theta dr d theta d phi. So these equations actually help you when you are doing the volume integration as well as the surface integration. Now you will see relationship between Cartesian and spherical coordinate, which is given as follows. Suppose r theta phi are given and you are asked to find out x, y, z. So how you will find? X will be equal to r sin theta cos phi, y will be equal to r sin theta sin phi, z is equal to r cos theta. Similarly, if the reverse is given, that is, if x, y, z are given, so how to find out r, theta and phi? R can be found like this by using this equation x square plus y square plus z square root over, where the r is always a positive number, so it will be greater than equal to 0. Theta is cos inverse z upon your x square y square z square root over. The range of theta is in between 0 to 2 pi or 0 to 180 degree, and phi is tan inverse y upon x. While converting, care should be taken so that angles are placed in proper quadrants by inspecting the signs of x, y, z. We can take an example. Suppose a point C is taken having in Cartesian coordinate system having coordinates -3, 2, 1. So find out, if you will be asked, find out the spherical coordinates of C. In this type of question can also be called as the scalar transformation, because only the coordinates you are changing, there is no vector at all. So if in this question x is given equal to -3, y is equal to 2, z is equal to 1. So using the equations in your 4, 5, 6, r is equal to x square plus y square plus z square root over. So it will giving root over 14. It comes as 3.74. Theta cos inverse, what you can see, we know the theta expression, it was cos inverse z upon r. So that gives you 74.5 degree. Phi, the equation is tan inverse y upon x. So when you are putting tan inverse, your y is 2, x is equal to -3, it is coming minus 33.7. But this answer is actually not correct. Why it is not correct? Because I have already told you, whenever you are converting, you have to take the angles placed in proper quadrants by looking into or by inspecting the signs of x, y, z. So signs means the symbol, whether it is minus or plus. So here you can see I've drawn the figure, the Cartesian coordinates x, y, and z. Since the the coordinates given x is equal to -3, so it can be easily seen that if this is your x is equal to positive side, this will be x is equal to minus side, and y positive, so the point will come here only. And we know that phi is measured from x-axis in a anti-clockwise direction, taking for the positive values. So since x is taken is given you -3, y is given you 2, that is positive. So obviously when you are finding the phi should come in the second quadrant. This is your first quadrant, this is your second quadrant, this is third, and this is fourth. So since it is coming in second quadrant, obviously the value of phi should be more than 90 degree. You cannot take the -33. This is the actually the wrong value. So how to find that? So whatever calculated value you are getting, you just take, since it is more than 90, less than 180. So 180, take the addition of this, you will get 146.7. So the actually conversion value from Cartesian to spherical, r is coming as 3.74, theta is coming as 74.5, and phi is coming as 146.7 degree. Don't take this value, this has to be taken care.